and Xen is with us right now to vibrate the studio like she always does. Not quite the same when you're remote, because I'm not getting the emitting energy from your human presence, but still, we're on a great trajectory. You know, the one chink in the armor could be if Trump doesn't win, but I think, you know, more and more these debates, and if you just listen to what they're talking about, Trump's going to win big because people are realizing this is just a bunch of liars over there. Tell me what your thoughts were on Kamala's delicate debate dance.
Delicate. It was. I don't think it was. It was anything but a delicate debate. I mean, would you call it a delicate debate? No. I think she was so duplicitous and her. You know, she was like that smug on her face. I just wanted to. I cringed every time she took her pen and jotted something down as if she was a school teacher. She was very condescending. You know, look, Matt Schlapp, the chairman of the American Conservative Union, tweeted, Pence was steady and strong, solid performance, presidential. And Harris is like a diversity officer in county government. And Trump campaign advisor Harlan Hill tweeted that Harris is an insufferable lying bitch, which—
Whoa!
Yeah, that's right. Which prompted Fox News to ban Hill, and he's a frequent guest. But what it was, look, in my opinion, I felt she turned off a lot of women. She was perceived as this angry, you know, black woman that now people are touting, and that is where I have an issue with it. Because although she was very condescending, she, you know, took out her prosecutorial chops, and she was really trying to go after Pence like she was in a courtroom, which it was a debate, but I think she was so excessive that she turned me off. She felt like she was just bulldozing over him without bulldozing over him. And this is the manipulation that I'm talking about. She is the perfect candidate. Why? Because she's bulletproof. You can't go after her on the race card. You can't go after her on the minority, on the woman card. But yet she could sit there, she could look smug, she could be condescending, and she could be poo-pooing you, and nobody will pick up on that. Oh, that's just the way she has to talk over him because she's a woman. I disagree. I thought it was so poorly done, and I'm not a fan of Kamala's whatsoever.
No, I'm with you. It seems like, you know, I keep trying to make this, you know, this point of signal and noise. There's so much noise, and then the media, left-wing media, only lets a certain amount of signal through. But you got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on the total opposite ends of the spectrum. So Joe Biden, throughout the debates and the primary, said that he was going to stop fracking. Kamala Harris says she's going to stop fracking. Right now, all of a sudden, Joe Biden says, no, I'm not going to stop fracking. So they're lying. Now, Joe Biden—
They don't know what they're saying.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said they're going to be for the Green New Deal. Kamala Harris is the primary co-sponsor of the Green New Deal with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And now Joe Biden, in the last debate with President Trump, he said, no, I'm not for the Green New Deal. So America's starting to realize, wait a minute, they're double talking us, they're triple talking us. And someone said, you know, to me, my buddy Vito said, you should do like a commercial, like a little piece where you say they're talking out of three sides of their mouth. And I said we should come up with the octomouth. It's like an octopus with like 8 mouths on the ends of the tentacles, because depending on who they're talking to, that's their position of the day, it seems.
You're right. It's very manipulative. And, you know, Inez Stepman said it the best. She's a senior policy analyst at the conservative leading independent women's forum, and she saw things quite differently. And she said, if Mike Pence's debating style is too harsh for you, then perhaps politics is not the field for you. And look, Pence interrupted Harris twice as many times, and that's true, as she did him. And, you know, this prompting the famed sentence, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking, and that's where all this is coming from. And right now, the polls are showing that Biden is leading by double digits among women. But John, I have a very hard time believing these polls because, again, polls are just not reliable. And I truly disagree with those statistics because it does not echo nor mine nor most women's sentiment that I feel, at least in my circle, because people think that she's phony and know she's phony and she's so transparent. Yet you say you have the polls touting a very different tune for her. But I don't believe the polls. I think they're very, very skewed.
The only polls that I know of that are reliable are in strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? All these polls are fake. We ran the other day, Jess and Nico found a great headline from 4 years ago in Time Magazine, October 6th, 2016. Headline, Hillary Clinton leads by 14 points in national poll. Joe Biden, now, 4 years later, Joe Biden leads by 14 points in national poll. They're running the same play, and everybody knows about it. We're in, Xen, we're in on the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in on the joke. We're talking to regular people. One of the best indications is you come from the Hollywood community. You're a Hollywood insider. You're an actress. Your husband's a tremendous producer. You work with all the biggest liberals around. Someone like you, regardless how you feel, not inclined to be so outspoken, but women with children in particular want safety, and they see one guy saying law enforcement, police, military, and they see another group of people saying defund the police. So it's trickling out everywhere except to the polls where they're trying to manipulate our brains, if you ask me.
That's exactly right. They're trying to manipulate our brains with buzzwords and tons of propaganda. And, you know, if you want to play into a woman's emotion, you use her children. And when I walk down the street and I no longer feel safe because my city's being destroyed by a Democratic, you know, extremist mayor who only cares about himself and about uplifting his wife to borough president, who's the biggest fraud in the world. But when I see my city going down, when I see trash upon trash piling up because the sanitation department has cut, you know, one day is a big number in the square mileage of New York City that you have. It's tiny. Trash piles up. 170% our shootings are up by the same time last year. This is ridiculous. And why? Because the Democratic mayors want to see things their way. They're doing this on purpose right before the election to make Trump look like the bad guy. And yes, you know what? There is fake news. And being in Hollywood, and I'm in Hollywood, I see this all the time. It's sound bites, and it's what's going to sell. It's the headliners. So you can take a little piece of what somebody said and totally twist it and make it something that it's not. And these are the sound bites that we're talking about, that they feed the American public, and people are just, they believe it. Look, I disagree with almost, 50 to 60% of what President Trump has to say. And I don't agree with all of his policies, but I have to pick a side. And I just can't vote for the rioters and the looters and the socialists. And I told myself, look, you are going to pick a side. It's like being in a ball game. It's like a football game. You don't always like your head coach. You don't always like your teammates, but you stick to your team and you ride it out. And so I'm a Republican. I'm going to vote for Trump. There is no other choice right now. I'm not going to be sidelined by all the lies that the liberal, extreme left has created, this propaganda of BS that they're feeding women and even the Gen Zers and the millennials. And it's sinking into their brains as if it's like the word of God. It's infuriating.
Okay, listen, now that you're good and riled up, okay, we have 1 minute left. Let's take a moment here to get our energies connected, okay? Let us focus on the light in the world, not the darkness.
That's right.
Let our blockages be cleared and free of us, and let our vibration guide us into the next dimension. Because when we go for the weekend and time with the family and a time for prayer, we need to go into it in a calm, positive mode. Was that good or no?
That was great.
Nico's laughing. I may start being a yogi. I think I may start doing that, and because I think
you found your true self. I think you went through this. I think you went through a transition during the coronavirus, and I think you found yourself. And now
I did, and I found my voice, and I found a true love for my inner self, and I was honest with myself about my shortcomings, and I'm working on focusing to make those better by focusing on the light.
There you go, John.
Good. All right. Jess says we have to go. I love you, baby. Thank you so much, then.
Bye, John.
I'll talk to you next week. All right. You stay right there. I'm going to enlighten you and take your energy to another higher power right after this.